This is Kardec Radio for Teens. Important life-changing events as seen through the Spiritist perspective. Now it's time for real-life dilemmas experienced by teens themselves. The Diaries of Belinda and Alex with Carol Correa.
Hello, beautiful friends. It is a great joy to be with you once again. As you may remember, last week, Belinda experienced a beautiful turning point in her life. For the first time in a long time, she experienced what it was like to feel loved and accepted exactly for who she is. Do you remember what the opening door for that transformation was, dear listener? If you remember, celebrate with us. If you don't remember, please allow me to remind you. Our dear Belinda was able to open the doors of her heart for that beautiful turning point because she gave up on fear and started believing in the power of love. She started believing that others could see and accept her just as she is, instead of fearing that others would reject her based on who she is. What a beautiful realization, right, dear listeners, that those who truly love us are quite able and happy even to accept us as we are. And speaking of acceptance, on today's diary entry, Belinda will tell us about the first time that she went out not only with her dear Alex, her new boyfriend, but with her parents. Remember, dear diary, Alex came from a family that has two beautiful fathers. In this episode, Belinda invites Alex's two beautiful fathers to go to the Spiritist Center where her and her family already are members of. How beautiful of an encounter will that be, right? Yes, it's Alex's parents' first encounter with the Spiritist philosophy. So let us hear what they have to say in this turning point, not only for Belinda, but for the whole family. Dear Diary, I'm so excited. I can hardly believe what just happened. You are not gonna believe it. Are you ready for this? Seriously? Wow. Last Saturday, Alex's parents, my parents, and I went to the Spiritist Center together for the first time. You're right, the Spiritist Center. How beautiful is that? And you know what? This was unbelievable because Alex's parents had never been to the center before, but they were so open and so kind. They really participated by following the opening prayer. They seemed very interested when the speaker read a passage of the Gospel according to Spiritism and commented on it. They seemed even more interested when someone shared the prayers with them, the final prayers. It was really beautiful. But you know what really touched my heart? You won't believe this. During the meeting, there was someone focusing on psychographing letters from our friends who have already passed on. Do you know what psychographing is, dear diary? I know you, quote unquote, come from a Spiritist family, but I don't know if I have explained that to you yet. In case you don't remember, psychographing means serving as a physical instrument for our friends in the spiritual world to write through us, to use our physical energy to be able to write a message to share with us. How beautiful is that? And believe it or not, I received a psychographed message. You won't believe who wrote me, dear diary. Remember that couple a few months ago that lost their baby shortly after he was born when I was working in the neonatal emergency room? You won't believe it was the baby. Yes, dear diary, the spirit of that baby came to me and said, "Dearest Belinda, thank you for supporting my mom and dad when they went through so much. I really needed that experience. That experience was a gift from Jesus to all of us. I needed to go through that to learn to value life even more. And up to this day, even though I stayed in the physical body for a short period of time, up to this day I can still feel my mother's love. And I would like for you to thank my mother for having agreed to receive me, even here from the spiritual realm, even before she reincarnated, out of love for me, even though she knew I wouldn't be able to stay on earth for long. She accepted to go through that test out of love for me. So thank you for supporting my family. All of us are family, as you know, so I would like to send you all my love and more." How beautiful is that, dear diary? My first psychographed message. Can you believe that adorable little baby whose passing I accompanied thought of me? Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful to see that love keeps on going even beyond our physical death. Isn't it comforting to know that our physical death is but a little transition that all of us go through, but that the love that we have for one another keeps on going? And how about that, dear diary? Even though that baby only lived for a couple days, the spirit of that baby was still grateful for the family that was prepared for him. Isn't that mind-blowing to know that our family was tailor-made for us, tailored, designed by God? Talk about divine providence, right, dear diary? Whoa! See you later. Bye! So, dear friends, how beautiful of a turning point for our dear Belinda. This time, not only did she feel love from the physical plane as she felt embraced by her own family and by Alex's family, but she also felt the beautiful, literally undying love from those who observe her and cherish her from the spiritual realm. Through the gift of mediumship, dear friends, we see that there are no boundaries separating us from those who have already gone to the spiritual realm before us. All of those who already loved us on this realm of life go on and continue loving us. And isn't it beautiful, beautiful friends, to see that small acts of love can have a great repercussion on this spirit's evolution and progress and pathway? Isn't it wonderful to see that one little tiny act of love, one little tiny act of love may mean the whole world to someone? Isn't it beautiful? So what it means to me, dear listeners, is that we don't have to be perfect. We don't have to be like Mother Teresa of Calcutta. We don't have to be like Paul the Apostle. We don't necessarily have to be like Jesus Christ today. But what it shows to me, dear listeners, is that love surrounds us in this way. What a beautiful message. So please let us pray at this moment and come to realize that we ourselves have divine loving potential, that we ourselves can be beautiful instruments of love, that we ourselves can be the instrument that transforms our own very lives and the lives of others for the better. Let us close our eyes, surrender ourselves to the power much greater than ourselves. Open our hearts to the presence of the beautiful friends who are already in the spiritual realm, sending us at this very moment loving and kind energies, vibrations of hope and compassion. And let us thank our brother Christ for all the beautiful gifts that have been given to us, most especially for the gift of family. Now that we know that our family is literally designed by divine hands, let us render graces from the bottom of our hearts for all the spirits that constitute our families in both realms of life. And let us pray so that we continue to have the courage to embrace the spirits in both realms of life with all the love in our hearts. Let us come to believe that love is ever present, that love is palpable, that love is changing, ever changing, and love is the transformative energy and tool given to all of us. Let us put our heart into action then, dear listeners, and let us practice loving one another through the use of kind words, kind gesture, through the use of replacing thoughts that are less positive by thoughts that are more positive, through the exercise of recognizing the gifts that others may bring to our lives. And once again, dear listeners, we say to you, thank you for the beautiful gift of you. May your week be filled with blessings of love always. So be it.
This has been Cardiac Radio for Teens. Thank you all for listening.